Hi, I'm Chef Marshall, and I'm going to walk you through the procedure for making water kefir. You should be familiar with the grains. Just put them in a jar, a sterile jar. Cleanliness is next to godliness. We're going to add some sugar. For a liter-sized jar, about 2 or 3 tablespoons will do. And then we add water to that. Anything I've read on the internet tells me to put in some concentrates at this point. I've also learned a couple of drops of blackstrap molasses will work, or a free-range rinsed eggshell will work. And cap the jar. Leave this on your counter for 2 or 3 or 4 days, depending on the weather, depending on the sugar, depending on the water you're using. You can use white sugar, as I have today. You could use turbinado sugar, which I often use. Cane sugar works. Any natural sugar, brown sugar works, golden sugar works, not honey. Use sugar and let this sit on your counter at room temperature for 2 to 3 days. You will notice little bubbles coming to the surface. That is an indication that the grains are digesting the sugar and creating carbon dioxide. If you want to, you can taste the water. Every day, get a little spoonful and taste it. It will taste sweet, it'll taste sweet, it'll taste sweet, then it'll taste not so sweet, then it'll taste barely sweet. That indicates that the grains have eaten all of the sugar. When that occurs, you want to do the second fermentation. You strain this into a second jar. Whoops. You strain these into a second jar. Return the grains to the original jar. Add some more sugar. Refill with water. And leave it on the counter for another 2 or 3 days. It'll ferment again. Just keep repeating that procedure. After 3 days, this solution is fermented. You can drink it as it is, or you could do a second ferment. I'm going to do that with some star anise. We're just going to add a handful or 2 to the jar, cap the jar, and put it on the counter for 3 or 4 days. You'll have licorice flavored soda. I have, where did it go? Right here. I have some that I made 3 days ago. You can see the water is a little cloudy. That's a good sign. This is now ready to be bottled. And where is my strainer? I have a coffee filter strainer, and I'll just pour this through. In my experience, these can be used a second time to do another batch. You can see that this is a little effervescent. That's an indication of the fermentation that's gone on. You cap this and put it in the refrigerator. The bubbles will settle a little bit, and once it's chilled, it's ready to be consumed. There are no preservatives in it. I would say use it within the week.